Some places were sealed for a reason, but curiosity always finds a way in. In 1987, they disappeared. Years later, someone went looking for them. And what they found should have stayed buried. But now, it's too late. The year is 1987. In the glacier-covered mountains of Iceland, among volcanic rock formations, there was an abandoned passage known as Hafnarfjall Tunnel. It was originally built as a railway tunnel, but years ago, a group of workers vanished during excavation, and the authorities sealed it shut. The official explanation was a collapse, but the locals believed something else. Time flowed differently inside Hafnarfjall Tunnel. Despite the warnings, thrill seekers and urban legend enthusiasts still sneaked inside. Most of them returned, but some never did. In 2023, 3 friends, Daniel, Tom, and Emily, decided to spend a night inside Hafnarfjall Tunnel. They brought cameras, voice recorders, and thermal imaging devices. As they walked deeper, they noticed ancient carvings and strange symbols on the tunnel walls. Some of them resembled figures from Icelandic folklore. Rusted train tracks lined the ground, and warnings were etched into the stone in an unrecognizable ancient language. Distant whispers echoed through the tunnel, as if coming from far away. When they checked the camera footage, something was wrong. The recording lagged, skipping ahead in time. Emily looked at her watch. 30 minutes had passed, but to them, it felt like only a few minutes. And then, Tom vanished. One moment he was behind them. The next, he was gone. Emily screamed. Daniel swung his camera around, but Tom's disappearance wasn't captured on film. There was only a faint shadow moving and a burst of static. Suddenly, footsteps echoed from deep within the tunnel. But these footsteps did not belong to just one person. People who disappeared in Hafnarfjall Tunnel never came back, or so they thought. 5 years later, in 2028, Tom returned. One morning, he was found in the middle of town. His clothes were exactly the same as the night he vanished. But the strangest part, Tom had not aged a single day. For him, only a few hours had passed. During his interview with reporters and authorities, what he revealed terrified everyone. Journalist: "What happened inside the tunnel?" Tom takes a deep breath. His eyes are empty, his voice unsteady. I was right next to Emily, and then I was somewhere else, but it wasn't this world. There was no time. I couldn't tell if it was day or night. There were people, but they were frozen. Their faces were hidden, like they were trapped inside their own shadows. They made no sound, but I could feel them hearing me. Some of them tried to escape, but they couldn't. They were caught in a loop, reliving the same moment over and over again. Then, I saw it. It was watching me. It wasn't human. It had no eyes, but I knew it could see me. It followed my every move. I heard a voice whisper in my ear, "You will stay with us." A hand touched my shoulder, cold, stone-like fingers. Everything turned into swirling darkness. Then, for a brief second, I realized I was back. But something was different. Something else had returned with me. I can't get rid of it. Authorities reviewed Tom's story. They analyzed the footage from the night he disappeared and discovered something disturbing. In the final moments of the recording, Tom's face was slowly vanishing, as if it was being erased. And when he returned, he had no reflection in the cameras. A faint burn mark was found on Tom's body, a burn mark that was identical to the ones found on the miners who disappeared in 1987. Did Tom really come back? Or did something take his place? The shadow is still moving. The images never released. Can legends be real? Or are we being watched too? If you like paranormal stories, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments. In Joseph City, the fear never ends. If you dare, see you in the next stories.